Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews. For today's video, it's going to be the September best movies, video games and TV series of the month, my opinions and my thoughts about it. So let's get into it. So for me, we'll start off with the best movies. So timestamps will be in the description down below if you want my particular thoughts on the genre of movies, shows and video games. So all of that will be in the description down below. But for me, I'll start off with the best movie of September, and the one that I reviewed and watched. It's got to be Elvis, hands down. Like, I loved this movie. As I mentioned in my review, I was a little bit hesitant with the runtime, and because it's like a biography type movie, but I found this movie so mesmerizing, so entertaining, so great to watch, that it kept me just smiling from ear to ear throughout the movie itself, like shocked at certain particular scenes, happy at certain particular scenes, emotional at certain scenes. The movie just takes you on a roller coaster of emotions. It's all based on true stories. It's all based on like Elvis Presley's like life, and it's crazy to see like the type of things that happen to him, because you have Tom Hanks starring in this movie, who in my review as I mentioned, I despised. I thought he was such a disgusting character. He's playing the colonel who found Elvis out and discovered him to the world. But then, like, you see his true manipulation, his true gain of like what he wants to do. And as I mentioned, I grew up hearing about Elvis, listening to Elvis, not as a religion, but I've heard his songs here and there. So I know who Elvis is and grew up with that. But just to watch this movie and to appreciate him, because his music was such an amazing thing to hear and such an amazing thing to see what he had to go through because of like his dancing, because of like his lifestyle. It was gut-wrenching to see, because he's such a dynamic singer. Like, he is one of its kind, where I don't think it will ever be replicated, and his music itself is enamoring to listen to. Like, if you've never heard of Elvis, I definitely think you should go and listen to his music, because Suspicious Mind, Hound Dogs, so many classical musics that he's produced and sung that you're missing out if you haven't heard it. And this movie in itself, just like seeing the like ups and downs, the roller coasters, the beginning to end type storyline for Elvis, it was amazing to watch. And you have to give a shout out to Austin Butler's performance. He's the one who played Elvis, and I'm literally getting goosebumps just thinking about like the performances. He was Oscar worthy performance in this movie. He had an amazing job in this movie. He perfected Elvis, and you cannot give him enough credit because of how he just portrayed Elvis. Like, I mentioned it in the review, there at the ending when he's playing his final performance, playing the piano, you can't tell if it's Austin Butler's Elvis or if it was a real Elvis, because of that's how much you like buy into it and how much he absorbed Elvis in itself. So Austin Butler did an amazing job. Tom Hanks played the despicable colonel so well that I love Tom Hanks, but I hate him in this movie. And all round, the movie was just such a fantastic watch, and it's a movie I highly recommend. It's a movie that I honestly would watch multiple times because it's that great, and I just love hearing Elvis sing. So this is probably my favorite movie of the month, my favorite movie that I reviewed. I think this is one that you just have to go and watch. Honestly, it's the one I really enjoyed reviewing for this month. And for the TV series of the month, I'll be honest, as you know, like, there's not been a lot of reviews for TV series in the month of September. I've only been honestly watching two, basically. I've watched the first episode of The Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings one, but I just need to like start watching them again. But She-Hulk, I'm watching it on a week-to-week basis, and I'm watching Netflix's Jeff Dahmer's series on that. But it's both are The She-Hulk is week to week, so the series hasn't finished, so I will be doing a full review on that on the channel once the final episode airs in a couple of weeks time. However, quick thoughts about it, mid-season thoughts I would say, is I know there's like a lot of criticisms with the She-Hulk series, how like especially in like last 2 weeks ago when it showed Daredevil's little Easter egg and then Daredevil didn't show up. It does feel more of like a sitcom type series, which I think is like a nice breath of fresh air compared to like the other Disney Plus formulated type shows. Some of the episodes are like a little bit hit and miss for me, but overall so far in the series I'm enjoying it. I'm not taking the show too serious. It does seem like the writers know what they're doing with like the writing that they have, the directing, and the fourth wall breaking and the cameos as well. It's a nice breath of fresh air that I would say, and it's something that I am enjoying. I'm curious to see, because I am waiting for Daredevil to arrive, because that's like the thing I'm most excited about, because I love the Daredevil Netflix show. So I'm just waiting on Daredevil to see how the storyline picks up and like what they do, because you start getting like little hints now with who could be the main villain and everything. So let's hope the series really does like elevate it, even though it is a decent show for me. But like I said, the full review of that will be coming in the channel very shortly once the final episode airs. The second show I'm watching is Jeff Dahmer's on Netflix. I'm midway through that series right now. All the episodes dropped. I'm just trying to like catch it as I can, and I'll be doing a quick shorts about that. I'm not going to spend too long on the actual show itself, but so far my thoughts is that he is a psychopath and crazy as hell, and like his mindset just baffles me. I don't get his logic. I don't get how people are so lenient with him. Like, it's so easy back then, I guess, and like not as easy to get away with things. Like, people are more not closed-minded, but like more careful with the people they're speaking to and hanging out with because of that. I guess back then it was just so easy. Like, you would get into a stranger's car, you would go to like a stranger's house, no problem. So it was easy for him to get away with everything. But it's just the things he would do and say, just, it's so messed up and so crazy to think that this happened, and it's so scary to think that this happened. But I really love Evan Peters' portrayal of Jeff Dahmer. He's doing such a fantastic job in this, and I'm curious to see like how he got into character, and like, because he's doing so many messed up things in the show. So I really want to like pick his brains to see like how he got into character and like what his thoughts and processes are of like playing the character. But so far from being halfway through the series, it's really crazy and messed up, and you know what happens, but I'm curious to see like his thought process and his mindset of what comes up in the later episodes though. So if you are into like that type of show, definitely check it out on Netflix too. It is very crazy and messed up. So if you do like serial killers, if you do like crime type shows, I think you'll enjoy this one. It's definitely got Mindhunter type vibes to it, because you see like his backstory and everything. So yeah, like in terms of the shows, these two are the only ones, but like I can't give you a full review breakdown on like what I prefer, since I've not seen the full set yet. But keep an eye on the channel for like the full reviews, etc. But hopefully next month we'll have like a best show of the month that I've reviewed so far. And when it comes to the best video game out of the two, when I've got Detroit and I've got GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, for me the best one out of the two of them is GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. I've played it on Xbox 360 and I've played it on the PS4, and both times I've had so much fun playing this game. Like, the storyline, the graphics, the gameplay, the longevity of the game itself, since like I mentioned in my review, it coming out in 2013. You have such a fantastic time with this game. I've mentioned in my review, the map is so big, the storyline, you've got 3 characters, Franklin, Michael and Trevor, and the storylines with them together, the storylines with them separated, it's amazing to play. Online mode, you have such a great time with it. There's so much to do if you do like online mode, but I think overall with the video game itself, you really have fun with the game. The storyline keeps you on your toes. The heist, when all three of them are together, are so fun to play that you can play this game so many times just for the heist, because they are so fun. The car chases, the helicopters, the climbing buildings, the actual heist itself, it's fun to play and you have a great time. And it really does excite me to know that GTA 6 coming out very soon on next gen is going to be on another level. So out of the two of them, GTA 5 is definitely the better game. Don't get me wrong, Detroit is a fun game to play. It has a lot of like its criticisms and its nitpicks, but it is a fun video game to play. Both games I would recommend, but GTA 5, you just can't go wrong with it. For me personally, I loved this game and would recommend it to anyone because it's still going now, nearly a decade. You have so much still to do. So GTA 5 for me is the better game there. So this is my full September of best video game, best TV series and best movie of the month that I've reviewed. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought about it, what you thought about the best movie, best show, best video game that I've done on the channel so far, and the one that in your personal opinion you've enjoyed in the month of September. Let me know down in the comment section below. But if you haven't already, I also did a video for the tier ranking of all the movies and video games and shows that I've done in the month of September. So the link to that video will be somewhere around here. So definitely do check that out if you like seeing these tier ranking type videos. And also, I have a Twitter, link is down in the description below. If you have Twitter and you haven't already, please go ahead, go on that link, follow me on Twitter so you can get all like the latest info on my channel here. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos here. Keep an eye out on the month of October. I've all horror type movies. I'm going to be reviewing a lot of like horror movies throughout the years, franchises, movies. So all horror type movies, maybe a few exceptions of like the latest movies that have come out in theaters. But if you love the horror type, if you love October, that type of time of the year, keep an eye out on the channel for all those videos coming out later on in October. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. This is YK Reviews. Peace.